Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining us and haven't followed this journey from the start, make sure to check out the earlier parts on my channel so you're not lost. In this latest update, OP shares how he spent Mother's Day, reflects on an unexpected gesture from his father-in-law, and gives us insight into how Anna's therapy is progressing. He's also preparing to move back into the old house, and more importantly, he's one step closer to finally ending this chapter for good. I discovered my wife of 7 years is cheating on me. She doesn't know that I know. Update 13. Mother's Day and father-in-law. Anna has started an intensive outpatient program at a local mental health facility. It's not like a bar on the windows and padded walls facility. It looks more like a collection of residential homes. She basically does her work during the day, goes there around 5 p.m., stays until 10 p.m., and then arrives at her parents' home around midnight. For Mother's Day, I watched Princess Bride, my mom's favorite movie, and I sent mother-in-law a cool houseplant with a card. I also called mother-in-law and spoke with her a bit. I told her I was moving back into my parents' place in order to fix the BBQ grill and do some other light maintenance. I think my dad has Airbnb fever thanks to his friend talking it up with him. Plan is to turn it into an Airbnb in case I can't live there anymore. Putting in a remote control combo lock and a Ring camera, basically making the whole house remote control. All of Anna's stuff and pictures of us have been moved out of the place and given back to Anna. My plan is to rearrange the furniture around so that it looks and flows completely differently. I read that on a separate post as a suggestion on how to get over something like this, and it sounded like good advice to me. The rent is pretty high in the areas of the city I'd want to move to, so I think I will see if I can live at our old place. Anna has been respectful of boundaries so far when she's come with mother-in-law to drop off groceries to me, so we will see if I can make it work. She hasn't shown up at my work anymore. Lisa has me in a group chat with her friends. I never type or say anything in it, so I doubt they realize I'm there. All of her friends are laughing at Liam's stupid BS. Apparently Liam is telling Lisa that my wife is a jilted lover who's trying to get revenge against him because he refuses to leave his true love and family after she blew up her own life to be with him. She texted a picture of a diamond bracelet Liam gave to her for Mother's Day. She had the kids that weekend. Don't you just wish you could throw cash at a betrayed, enraged wife and make her docile and obedient, my boy? Apparently in Liam's world, women are robots powered by money. Father-in-law invited me out to the driving range. It was an olive branch. I am not a golfer. When father-in-law met me there, he apologized on behalf of himself for thinking I was the bad guy in all of this, and for his daughter's behavior. Then he handed me a long, skinny metal stick with a shiny toaster attached to the end and called it a driver. I had 2 buckets of balls. I alternated between digging for gold and attacking ghosts. After father-in-law dried his eyes from laughing so goddamn much, he started talking about the family therapy that he, mother-in-law, and Anna were doing. I'm probably doing the drama a disservice, but here goes. He said that Anna grew up thinking that she had to be perfect all the time, because that's the only time she received any kind of praise or love from her parents. She initially went out with me in high school because she thought I'd be the perfect boyfriend. I guess on paper I'm quite the catch. How flattering. She fell in love with me, she says, only after we had been going steady for about a year, which doesn't sound like any big revelation. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, right? You don't fall in love and then go out. You go out and then fall in love. I don't know what the hell she meant by that. She'd known Liam for a while through his wedding venue. But when her business started floundering again in 2022, that's when she really started leaning on him. This means that their professional relationship started before I knew about it. It was framed as a business mentorship where he would unofficially float her some money occasionally to keep her business propped up. He apparently started demanding more and more of her time, making her into a personal assistant where she would run errands for him. That's when she started putting him on her schedule book. Because of all the time she was spending with him, and that's when I became aware of their professional relationship. He did legitimately mentor her in small business stuff, and she learned a lot from him. Take a night class, Anna. She knew she had crossed the line when he gave her the credit card. She was making purchases towards her business on it, which we had already verified in the credit card records we got. Liam started expecting more and more from her, and basically told her the gravy train would end if she didn't do something a little extra in return. Father-in-law said that Anna called herself an adult worker in their sessions, but justified it at the time by telling herself that she wasn't asking for money. It was offered and she merely accepted it. I laughed at this. I remember I was always supportive and complimentary of her business sense. I was telling her at the time how impressed I was that she dug her business out of the hole she was in. Father-in-law said that she said I was the one thing in her life that made her feel like she could be a better person. When she started lying to me about how her business got out of trouble, that illusion shattered. So she decided she must be a bad person after all, and acted accordingly by giving in to Liam's advances. So she spiraled because being loved while lying made her feel like a fake. So she leaned into the fake. She didn't cheat because she stopped loving me. She cheated because she thought she couldn't live up to the version of herself I saw. I don't know what to do with this info. I don't think this fundamentally changes anything. At least she's acknowledging what she did constitutes an adult worker. That's something. Anna's attorney has our offer, and I asked father-in-law if they had considered it, and he said that he would talk to Anna about it as soon as possible, but that it was attorney-client privilege, so he didn't know if it was his place. I'm glad that Anna is getting the help she needs. I am sad and angry at the thought that I projected some kind of atmosphere that made the idea of being truthful with me such a bad thing. I shudder at the thought of having to wait until Anna sorts out her BS while I'm stuck in limbo. That's where we are. I just wanted to answer a ton of comments here for everyone. The reason I went is because father-in-law is old school and wanted to profusely apologize, but he wanted to do it face to face. This is not the beginning of a wonderful team-up where we travel around the USA fishing and solving crimes. I am not going to hang out with him again or text or write or anything. When the evening ended, he shook my hand and said, "Goodbye, son. As far as mother-in-law goes, I'm delaying that as long as possible. If you have read all my posts, y'all understand why. I know the relationship will end very soon. I'm just delaying that as long as possible. And I think maybe mother-in-law is too. But I know I'm going to have to cut off that whole family in order to move on. It just hurts, you know? Mother-in-law hurts." Update. Good news. I just learned from mother-in-law that Anna is going to agree to my terms. Father-in-law and mother-in-law want to pay my lawyer's fees as well. This is great news. But my mother-in-law told me that. First, in order to help her therapy, Anna wants to read me a statement about her affair and apologize to me while taking accountability for what she did entirely. This is, of course, after we sign and notarize everything. We can have a conversation after she reads her statement if I wish. This is not conditional. I mean, it's not a part of the divorce agreement. It would be a tacit and informal agreement on my part, but not legally binding in any way. What I'm saying is that I can just walk out if I want to after everything is signed. I think I will take the opportunity to talk with her, especially if she's willing to sign everything. I think it's appropriate for being together for so long, and maybe we should at least say goodbye formally. Second, she wants to make an agreement with me entirely and completely separate from the divorce agreement. She wants to meet with me in 1 year's time, with a mediator and a counselor, for a couple of hours. She and her parents have put $7,500 in escrow for it. They told me they'd pay for the therapist and mediator. All I have to do is show up and participate in a good faith manner, and I will get the $7,500. This is entirely optional. There's no penalty for me not showing up other than not getting the $7,500. $7,500 is a lot of money. I think as long as my lawyer looks it over and there's no gotchas or hidden BS, I will sign it. Maybe in 1 year I will be desperate for that $7,500. I'm assuming our lawyers will work out a meeting time next week for signing everything. If this is true, I'm relieved. I'm also a little sad, but mostly relieved. We'll do a minor update once we get the meeting scheduled. Update. A signing and meeting is scheduled for my lawyer's office next Wednesday. I had my weekly catch-up call with my dad yesterday, and he said he's coming to the house to support me. I'm moving back into the old house tonight. It's not going to be a big deal, just packing suitcases and going. The Airbnb is rented out for Memorial Day weekend. Now that I have a hard end date for my marriage, I'm feeling pretty down about it all, so I haven't been responding much. You'd think I'd be happy, but I don't know. If you've been following the story, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe for the next update. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.